Hey everybody, Crow back again, and it's been a while, but I think it's time for more
questions. I need answers.
Yes, time for more questions and answers. It's been a long time. It's probably been a couple months, perhaps. But you know, the questions have been few and far between. In fact, I have 11 questions here, but it's really 10 because I think 2 of them are pretty much the same. But let's just jump into it. The first question I have here is powered by milk. Well, it's from Powered by Milk. The question itself isn't powered by milk, although it may be. The question is, did you get the chance to look at the 3 new starters for the new Pokemon game? Is it just me, or do they all look stupid and interesting? I think he meant to say stupid and uninteresting. Although things that are stupid could also be interesting. It is getting about that time where Nintendo should stop making new Pokemon. They seem to be running out of steam. Well, you know, I haven't seen them. I really don't care about the new Pokemon game. I have played Pokemon. The first Pokemon game I played was Pokemon Sapphire with Ruby and Sapphire. That was the first one I played. That was because my friends were playing it at the time in college, so I had a Game Boy Advance. It was, you know, it was new to me at the time, and I figured that would be a good game to get. And I actually got a little bit obsessed with the game. I played through it. I actually caught all the Pokemon. I actually bought a copy of Ruby just to make sure I caught all the Pokemon. And then I kind of transferred them up through the games. I think Soul Silver was like the last one I was going to play. But then I got a 3DS, and I needed games for that, and I wound up picking up Pokemon X, and then I found out I could transfer my Pokemon from still throughout the series, but I had to play White or Black, and I wound up getting Black version 2 to play through that just to transfer my Pokemon from Soul Silver to Pokemon Black, so I was able to transfer them into X, and that's where I'm left off. I'm going to leave them there. I think I'm done with it. The games are just not that interesting to me anymore, so I really don't look into all this Pokemon news. I'll run across them someday, I guess. I could have looked them up right now, but I'm just totally not interested in seeing what they are. I probably have seen them too, and I just kind of, you know, probably just passed by it without even thinking about it. I do not want to get another Pokemon game because it's the same thing over and over and over. However, if Nintendo's making money on it, I can't blame them for making it. I mean, it's really the power is in the consumer. If people stop buying the game, then they'll stop making it. But as long as people are buying the games, you know, Nintendo will just keep pumping out that Pokemon stuff. Not even just the main Pokemon games. They'll pump out Pokemon anything. Let's move on. Next question is from Final Fantasy Owns. I don't know what does he own. What does Final Fantasy own? I don't know. Hey there. I've always enjoyed your pickup videos, and in particular to see which reasonably current games you decided to buy. With your shift to Steam, I worry that won't be possible anymore. Honestly, I think me with my shift to more Steam stuff, I have bought Pokemon's on the mind. I bought some PlayStation 4 games. Actually, I have about in the next pickup video, it's almost going to be nothing but PlayStation 4 games. Ever since I made that video, I have bought PlayStation 4 games. However, the games I have picked up are probably not the games you're thinking of. I have bought nothing. Most of the games that I bought have required minimum or no updates. And this is physical games, mind you. No updates or minor updates. The game is complete. There's no DLC in them. You'll have to wait to my next pickup video, whenever that will be. I was thinking about doing one soon, but honestly, I think my next pickup video won't be for another couple months, because really, my pickup video right now would probably be only 4 or 5 games. But still, it's ever since this whole thing with, oh, all these games have, you know, DLC and updates. Why the hell am I buying it on physical format if it's rendered completely inert the moment I pop the disc in, and it has to download the whole game anyway? The games I actually have bought, again, I think 2 of them, I think there's like 5 of them, and 2 of them may have required minor updates. 3 of them have not. And I'm sure some of you are thinking, well, what the hell PS4 game doesn't require any updates? You'll have to wait till my next pickup video. Actually, it might not even be my next pickup video because Video Game Summit is not this Saturday, but the next Saturday. And if I get anything from there, again, it might be a little stuff here or there. I'm going to make a separate video for that. And I have some stuff for a PlayStation 4 and other stuff for PlayStation 4 that I haven't even gotten yet. That will be more down the line, and I'll make a separate video for that. But speaking of which, I have gotten requests to show my Steam collection, and I was thinking, what would be the point of that? Because, I mean, after this last Steam sale, I'm flush with Steam games. I have neared 200 Steam games at this point. And it'd be kind of a boring video just for me saying, like, here's my Steam collection, this game, this game, this game, this game, just me rattling off 200 games. If I'm going to do, like, a video of my collection, I kind of want to talk a little bit about the game, I think, to make, you know, that would be a more interesting video, show some footage and whatnot. I have an idea, though. I'm probably going to do some, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to do this for some time, maybe a couple months, but you will see games in my Steam collection in videos in the future. At least I'm planning on it. And this new series, which I've mentioned this series. It was a series that I was planning on doing and then decided not to do, but I still had an intro sequence for it. And then now I'm deciding, oh yeah, I could use that intro sequence now for showing off Steam games, and I can show off other games too. It doesn't have to be limited to Steam, or at least give my opinions on, you know, in some gameplay footage and my thoughts on Steam games or any other game that I have in my collection. It doesn't have to be limited to Steam, but we will start off with Steam. But before I do that, I want to get caught up with the Pinball FX videos. If you don't know, I've been taking a little bit of a break from the Pinball FX 2 stuff. I'm maybe 1/3 of the way through the Pinball FX 2 tables. I was kind of plowing away there. The views have gone down on them because I've been pumping out so many. I'm trying to not post them at least one day in a row. Every other day at least I've been trying to do. But even so, I don't have any videos for that in the pipeline as of now. I want to do, if you saw, I did the Indianapolis 500 video for Pinball Arcade. I'm doing this Q&A video right now. I was thinking about doing a pickups video, but that's going to be hold off. Yeah. So actually, maybe after this one, no. There's another game I'm going to be doing a quick look at because it's on Steam. It's early access. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of a look at this. I'm not even going to say what it is. I want it to be a surprise. It's something I had on my phone, and I was thinking about doing a video of it on my phone, and then it also appeared on Steam through early access, and I got half price on the whole bundle of whatever the game is. And it's still expensive. Half price for everything was $40. I paid $40 for a game on Steam when the normal price is $80. And yeah, my next video will be that, so stay tuned for that. Let's move on. Lakewood, this question is from Lakewood. He asks,
oh, come on, can't we just get beyond Thunderdome?
Well, firstly, no, you can't get beyond Thunderdome, and secondly, why the hell would you want to get past Thunderdome anyway? Thunderdome is such a great place. So let's move on. Next question is from Heyman. How often do you dust your collections / figures, etc.? Yeah, here's a little secret. Hardly ever. Yeah, the dust doesn't really bother me that much. I'll see the dust, and then I'll be like, oh, that duster's too far, and then I don't dust them. My game systems or whatnot, they're in Tupperware containers. They're not getting dusty. So I'm not worried about that. The figures and whatnot, if I happen to see some dust, you know, maybe I'll grab a can of air. Because, you know, maybe, you know, I got feather dusters down there. I keep them in a Tupperware container. Yeah, this place needs to be dusted. Sometimes I will dust. I'll say that, but I don't go around meticulously dusting every little figurine or whatnot. Doesn't bother me. I know it bothers some people, it just doesn't bother me. Moving on. Next question is from Final Fantasy Owns. Oh, second question here. I just watched a video where you said you will never buy any digital content on a console again. Fair enough, and you made your point, but what if an amazing Nintendo downloadable exclusive came out on their next system? For example, would you not buy it? Would you not play it out of principle? I know you may not be able to play it in 10 to 20 years' time, but if you bought it and played it and enjoyed it within, say, a year of release, that's cool, right? Yeah, I mean, it's possible that I will maybe buy something digitally on a console if I really, really, really want to play it. But the odds of that happening are very unlikely. There's been games on the 3DS and on the Wii U that Nintendo has only made digital only. And I say no. Like, Fatal Frame was one of those. Screw that. If you're not going to release the game physically, they did in Europe. I think that game got a physical release in Europe. I don't know about Japan, but it sure didn't get a physical release here in the United States. So, you're not going to bother to release the game physically? Well, then I'm not going to bother to buy the game. Yeah, I mean, I think there was a game called Fast Racing Neo or something like that. So it's supposed to be like Wipeout. It's $15. And I know I spent $40 on a Steam game. But you'll know why I did it when I get to that video. Again, I've spent way over $100 on Pinball Arcade over time. And Pinball FX2 probably... yeah, probably a good chunk of change, even though most of that I bought was on sale, as of now. But, yeah, the way I look at it, I got over 2,000 games on my collection. Maybe it's less than that now. I don't remember. But there are tons of games in my own collection I have not played. So what could possibly... The way I see it happening is I buy physical games now, and I never get around to playing them. I am playing a game that I bought recently. I'm hooked on it. But, so, I can't see myself buying a game digitally and then just not playing it. And Steam, that's one of the reasons why I want to do this new series and show off games on Steam, so it gives me a reason to jump in those games and play them. And a lot of those games that I've bought have been great, and they're not on any other system. I mean, I'm totally happy with what I have on Steam right now. I could almost do away with all the other consoles, except because if I don't have to, why would I? But yeah, I mean, if I want to play a game, I mean, there's even what's the game with the mini Marios or whatever? March of the Minis, Donkey Kong vs. Mario March of the Minis. I think there's been a version of that was only released digitally. Well, I'm not gonna buy it. Yeah, I mean, I bought so much digital stuff. I guess I haven't bought a lot of digital stuff, but the way I think about it, I couldn't even name you all the games that I bought on the PS3 digitally. And the reason I couldn't is because I'd actually have to load out that system and look at what I have downloaded. Because it's not anywhere for me to see. I'd have to make a list. And the same thing, especially on the Xbox 360, where I first started buying games, I bought games on the Virtual Console. I don't remember what they are. And I don't know if I'd ever go back to playing those games. And I can't give them away. I can't sell them. I can't do anything. I'm stuck with them. That's the main downside with these digital games. And the reason I'm sticking with digital only on Steam is because I know that over the years, as time goes by, as long as Steam sticks around, I could play those games on my next computer, and my next computer, and my next computer. Whereas if, say for example, the PlayStation 3, all the digital games I bought on the PlayStation 3, I got the PlayStation 4. Well, now I can't play my digital games. There's a couple of them I can, but certainly not all of them. And I don't know what the case is with the Xbox 360, if all that stuff can transfer over to the Xbox One. I doubt it. And that's where I'm seeing myself getting burned, where I upgrade the system, but I can't take the games with me. Whereas I know I can do that with PCs. So that is that, and I'm at the age of now. I'm 38, okay, and I feel like I've seen almost everything, and everything that's coming out I look at it and I say, oh, well, that's like this game, or it's like that game, or it's like this game combined with that game. It seems like all these AAA games that come out, they're not for me. They're not for me at all. I look at them and I'm like, why is this so popular? I don't know. I'm just going to play this little indie game that I spent $3 on and I'm enjoying immensely. Let's move on. Okay, these next two questions I'm going to combine together. This one is from Anon. He says, thoughts on E3 this year? And right after that, we have a question from Jacob, and he says, did you see E3? Is VR going to be another gimmick like it was in the 90s? All the VR games at E3 look very gimmicky. Okay, well, thoughts on E3. I didn't watch it. This is the first year in so many years. I actually didn't even care to even try to watch anything E3 related. I knew what they were going to be showing, and none of it interested me. And like Jacob said here, most everybody had something virtual reality to talk about, and I'm totally, maybe in the 90s I would have been into it, but certainly not now. When I play a game, I just want to sit down, grab a controller, and play a game. I don't want to have to strap on a headset and lose contact with the real world completely just to play a game. So I've completely ignored all the VR stuff. I mean, I wonder if there is going to be a game, like a AAA game, that everybody's going to have to run out and say, I have to have a VR helmet just to play this game. I don't think there's anything like that out now. Right now, it's a gimmick because people, the whole experience is pretty cool. You know, I could just imagine. Here's what I got. I'll show you. I got this thing. The Viewmaster. What this is practically like, it's like Google Cardboard, right? But I just throw my phone in there. So the reason I got this, I mean, they have the Viewmaster stuff, but I didn't really buy it for that. I could go to YouTube and put the 3D videos on my phone, throw that in there, close it up, and voila! I can watch 3D videos with this thing. This is all I need. I don't need to play games in 3D. And that's all the immersion I really need. And this thing cost me like $30. I'm sure it's even cheaper now. I'm sure you can even get these even cheaper. This was a Christmas present for myself. I don't need to upgrade my computer to the point to where I can spend another $300-400 on an Oculus Rift, HTC Vive, or have to buy a whole brand new PlayStation just to be able to play their virtual reality headset. I don't need to. The Xbox One S. Is that Xbox One S? Is that the upgraded Xbox that they were talking about? That seems to be what everybody was talking about. Their upgraded system, so they could play virtual reality or virtual reality. And like I said, all I really need is this. Hey, it's like if I run across a 3D video on YouTube or something that supports movement, I can say I could plug it in the Viewmaster and just look. Oh yeah, that's 3D. That's perfect. Cool. Whatever. I've never actually had the opportunity. Well, I guess I have had the opportunity to try out the Oculus Rift, especially at Midway Gaming Classic this year and last year. But man, the wait times to actually use it, I'm not standing around forever to try it out, okay? If one is available and they're like, hey, you want to try it? I'm like, sure, I'll pop it on and I'll try it out. But, yeah, I'm not going to wait in line to play something I know I'm not going to want to buy. I don't want to be completely cut off from the world when I'm playing a game. I just want to play a game. It's just entertainment. I will say this. There is one game only from E3 that I am totally looking out for when it comes out. When I was like, I heard it was that was announced, and I was like, yep, I'm definitely getting that game. And it's South Park's Fractured Butthole. And when I told my wife that, she's like, that's not really the name of the game. And that's when I realized that, oh, she thought I meant the Fractured Butthole. And I was like, oh, because all the time I was reading it. I was like, oh, the Fractured Butthole. And it wasn't until I told my wife the name of the game. She's like, that's not really the name of the game. I was like, oh, Fractured Butthole. Okay. That's pretty funny. And it was like days after I had seen it originally. Anyway, VR I don't think will be a good thing until there's one game specifically that everybody just has to play. But that's the way it usually is. For the Nintendo Entertainment System, for a lot of people that got the system right at launch, it was like games like Duck Hunt and Super Mario Brothers. You really haven't played anything like that before. Most people hadn't played anything like that before. For like Sega, for the Genesis, it was like Sonic the Hedgehog. I know it wasn't a launch game or anything, but Sonic the Hedgehog was a game that really got people to want a Sega Genesis. Yeah, so it really needs a killer app for it to become more mainstream, because there's a lot of people that really want it, but aren't going to spend the money. And there's people like me that are very skeptical of the whole thing to begin with. Let's move on to the next question. I believe I covered E3 VR and the one game I was interested in E3. This is from but Davis762. He says, Skyrim isn't even 5 years old and it's already getting a remaster? Can we please stop with all these stupid remasters after remaster? It's also funny how the remastered is on PC, considering mods have made Skyrim remastered 1,000 times over years ago. Well, the only thing I could say about that is maybe this remaster of Skyrim, maybe for someone like me who hasn't actually bought Skyrim and played Skyrim at all yet. Yeah, I'm mildly curious of the game, and I don't want to like have to install these mods or whatnot. Yeah, I'm not a huge. I mean, I'm on Steam and I know I can mod games, but I don't do a whole lot of modding. The only one game on there that I've been modding is the one with the Sega Genesis play area or whatever. I've messed around with mods on that because I think it's funny that they let you mod the old Genesis games. That's great, but I've seen some other mods, and mostly I just like playing the games vanilla. I know that might seem boring to some people, but I just like playing games the way they are. I'm not really that interested in cheating or just, doing weird stuff or whatever, but I know that there's the texture updates for Skyrim. The graphic fidelity doesn't really matter much to me. What matters to me is what the game, what the publisher, what the developer originally wanted, what they wanted the game to look like when it was released. I'm interested in that. So maybe this Skyrim remaster is for someone like me who buys remastered games, but not the originals. In fact, one of the PlayStation 4 games that I'm going to show in my next pickup, wherever I show PlayStation 4 games, was originally a PS2 game, and now it's been remastered for PS4. And I didn't have it on PS2, bought it on PS4, and I think it was worth the wait. But here's the thing, though, too, is you say, can we stop with all these stupid remasters? Well, if you're not interested in the remaster, you don't have to buy it. Don't buy it. If people are buying the remasters and they're making money off of the remasters, of course they're gonna keep making remasters. I mean, if people don't blame the company for putting stuff out that people are buying. Blame the people for buying it. I mean, again, there's like, oh, they're putting out another. It's like with like movie reboot remakes. It's like these stupid Transformer movies. Okay, tons of people hate them. Okay, me included. They're totally messed up. Okay, they're just a big mess, all of them, and they've been progressively getting worse. I completely stopped watching them at the third one, and now I think there's another 3 Transformer movies they have a deal for. The problem is people go pay money to see them. Blame those people. I can't hardly blame them for putting out a piece of shit when people keep buying the shit. Blame the people for buying the shit. Stop. I mean, you can't hardly blame somebody for selling ice to an Eskimo when the Eskimos keep buying the ice. I mean, who are you gonna blame? I mean, I can't blame the guy for making easy money. This question is from Crow1112. Yeah, I guess he's my sequel. What are your favorite one-hit wonder songs? Now, I almost didn't. I almost skipped over this question entirely, but because really, the music I listen to, they're no-hit wonders. Nobody really listens to the music I listen to. I mean, I like Devo, and they had. You might think that Devo's a one-hit wonder with "Whip It," but they have tons of other songs I love. And if you're a fan of Devo, you know that they've had more hits than just "Whip It." It's just that "Whip It" was their biggest hit. I like Primus and Tommy the Cat, and again, Tommy Cat might be their biggest hits. I'm thinking. I don't know if there's other ones that were bigger than that, but I just love like a lot of their music. Who else? Devo. I said Devo. I said Primus. Oh, Man or Astroman. I don't think they have any hits, but that's my favorite band. And then I listen to a lot of video game remix stuff. But if I have to give you one answer, and I thought about this for a while, but the only answer I could give you for right now is, I'm sure there's a list of one-hit songs that, I like that song, I like that song, I like that song. I just can't think of them many right now. But the one I can think of off the top of my head is The Safety Dance by Men Without Hats. I don't think they had any other hits. I like some of the other songs that they've done, like Antarctica, and I think the other song's called, like, People in China. I like those songs. I don't think those were hits, but Safety Dance was definitely their biggest hit, so maybe they're a one-hit wonder. So that's the only answer I'm going to give you there. Next question is from Ryan. Kojima is back. What do you think of his new game teaser? Now, I know a lot of people were happy Hideo Kojima came back, especially after being under the thumb of Konami for so long. But here's the thing, is I can't blame you for being happy for him coming out with a new game in his independent studio. But, to be truthful, I'm not a big fan of the Metal Gear series. I watched playthroughs of the game, all the games, except for 5. I haven't watched a playthrough of that one. But, because I think the story is interesting, but the gameplay is just totally not my type of game. And I knew that from the second, there was some game on PlayStation I had. It came with a demo for Metal Gear Solid, and I played the demo, and I was just like, this game is totally not for me. I didn't like it at all. I didn't like the stealth aspect of it. I don't like stealth games for the most part. There might be an exception or two to that. Uncharted might be a minor exception because it's not really like Metal Gear Solid or any of the Metal Gear games, but there are some sneaking aspects to those games. I normally don't like sneaking games, so I like to just come out and kill people or race things. I like action. No sneaking around. I do like puzzle games too. There's lots of different games I like, but the stealth genre, not so much so. But I did take a look at the trailer. I can't even remember the name of it. Death something. No, hang on, I haven't looked that up. Oh, there it is. It's the game, Death Stranding. Here's the thing. A lot of people got excited for the trailer, but it didn't show anything. The trailer was just weird, creepy, handprints, baby mud, oil, whatever it is. Invisible monsters. I'm not even sure I know what kind of game it is. I don't know if he talked about it at E3, because I didn't watch it. I just watched the trailer. It doesn't tell me anything. I don't know what kind of game it is at all. I don't know if it looks like a game I'd be interested in. Maybe my wife would be interested in it if it's a horror-related game, or survival horror or something. If it's horror-related, my wife would probably be interested in it. As of now, I haven't really been interested in much of anything he's done. Yeah, but I'm looking at his, Wikipedia. Metal Gear series, Snatcher, Police Knot, Zone Avengers. None of that. I've played any of that. I haven't been interested in any of that. Maybe Police Knots and Snatcher just kind of vaguely interest me from a historical standpoint. But the Metal Gear series, totally not my type of game. Again, just because of something I'm not interested in doesn't mean that I don't want him to do what he wants to do. I can understand that a lot of people are excited for a new game, but I've got to see more. I really have got to see some actual gameplay before I'm interested in anything. And it doesn't even matter who's working on it. I want to see gameplay. So for me, it's what is the game before it's who's making the game. And then maybe if I see the game, I'm like, hey, who made that? Oh, now I'm even more interested. That's the way my mind works. Now the cat has just knocked over something. Let's go. There's one question left, and it's from Nimrod. And FYI, Nimrod is a hunter. That's what the word means. What do you think of the current status of MMOs? Do you think we'll see a resurgence in popularity, maybe a World of Warcraft killer, or do you think they will go for good? Honestly, they're not going to go for good. There probably will be a MMO that will become more popular than World of Warcraft in the future sometime, because, change is always inevitable. All I can tell you about World of Warcraft, I can tell you two things about it. Maybe about 10 years ago, I got the demo for the game, 15-day trial. It was a 30-day trial to play the game, to try it out. I played the game for 15 days, stopped playing it, and said, this game is not for me. I'm not playing this anymore. Conversely, my wife and her husband have been playing almost non-stop for the last, 5, 6, 7 years. So they're very interested in it. I'm not. I know the World of Warcraft movie has come out. I think that's based on the first Warcraft game, or the lore, at least. I don't know. But I'm not interested in that either. But yeah, MMOs will always come out. There will always be MMOs. I don't see why you would think that they would go for good. Of course they won't. It may just become an unpopular genre for a while. Always genres become popular and unpopular. First-person shooters are popular now. Platformers were popular in the past, but just because they were popular in the past doesn't mean they don't exist now. There are more game developers than ever, I think, and there's always going to be somebody ready to fill a niche. By the way, the one MMO that I played the most was Ragnarok Online. I played that so much, it was unbelievable. I don't know why I really stopped playing. I was so close to getting level 100 on my Assassin Cross when I stopped playing. And what's funny is I haven't played that game in maybe 10 years, but I could still log into the servers and play as that character. The game, when I used to play, it used to be a $12 monthly fee. Now it's free to play. The game has completely changed. I think the one reason I stopped playing it was all the bots that were in the game. It was kind of ruining the game. Now the game is free to play, and you have to pay real-world currency for certain things, items and something. It kind of ruins the game when somebody can, oh, here's $5, give me that weapon or something like that. It kind of ruins the game for me. Anyway, that is it. Let's leave it at that. Wow, this is a long video, isn't it? Anyway, thanks for watching. See y'all next time. Bye.